What's up, horror fans? And today we're going to look at the Friday the 13th Blu-Ray Deluxe Edition box set. And this thing is loaded with special features. So we got 4K scans of the first 4 movies, 2K scans, new audio commentaries, interviews, location featurette, 60-page booklet, which that's really neat. So if there's enough room in the description box, I'll put everything down there. But right now we're just going to take a look at it from face value here. We got one huge picture that's wrapped around the sides of it. Well, this comes off here. We got that side and the top. That's actually really neat there. Is it upside down? Or is it? There it is. There it is. Camera's backwards. So this was released from Scream Factory, and full disclosure, I'm hearing it's got a lot of issues with it, but we'll dive into that as we go through it. So let's check it out. The side, the back, and the other side. So we got Friday Part 1. Open it up, we got 2 discs, the unrated version and the theatrical version. And you can actually reverse the cover here, so that's pretty cool. Now, you could do that on most of them, I think, not all of them, but at least the first 5, I believe. Part 2, I'm not really a huge fan of the artwork on this one. I think it's kind of just a rehash of the first one, except for the axe in his hand. So, I like the first one better, because you can see like the campground through it. That's pretty cool. And same deal here. Inside you got reversible art. Boom, right there. Part 3, and this is where the series starts picking up. This one was released in 3D in theaters, and this one is where he got his signature hockey mask. So this is what the franchise starts to really have like a, I guess, a face to it. There's the back. There's the inside of it. Reversible cover. This one looks kind of much more animated looking. It looks more obviously like computer generated. So I think I'll stick with the front cover on that one. Fans reported at the beginning of this one, the title sequence that comes up, there's something off about the Friday the 13th Part 3D intro or something like that. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know. But the fans have an eagle eye for this sort of thing, so they will notice. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. This was when they intended on it being the last one in the series, but yeah, that didn't happen. The back. Inside in the disc, reversible art. Part 5 is one of my least favorites. I'm not really a huge fan of this one just because it's not Jason. Also, this artwork kind of gives me, I don't know why, but maybe like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes rather than Jason. I mean, aside from the hockey mask on the right side. The back. Inside. If Jason still haunts you, you're not alone. I think that cover's actually worse. I'll stick with the front one. Finally, Part 6. This one's my absolute favorite. This one's a lot of people's favorites. And it's just because this one, Jason is just, he's just on the move in this one. Jason does not care. It's just kill after kill. He's just moving from one scene to the next. There's like not a dull moment in this movie. Another reason I like it is because I'm a huge Universal Monsters fan, and the director of this actually took a lot of inspiration from the original Frankenstein film. I guess just all those films in general. But, I mean, example, at the beginning he gets brought to life by lightning. I think there's a scene in the movie somewhere where they reference Karloff. I think there's a building or something that says Karloff out front or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to look it up real quick. Yep, Karloff's General Store, that was it. They took inspiration from vampires too, in which case they had to return him to his home soil thing, and I didn't even catch that. That's just another reason this movie is awesome. And who can forget that classic James Bond opening title sequence, which just set the tone for what kind of movie we're in for. So referencing my James Bond 50th anniversary Blu-ray set, you can see that if Jason Lives came out in 1988, the current Bond would have been Timothy Dalton, with The Living Daylights, which came out in 1987. So, if they were mimicking a certain kind of Bond, at the time it was Timothy Dalton, so fun fact. Okay, the back, the inside. Now this is kind of disappointing because this one does not have a reversible cover, but instead it's just kind of a shot of Jason. And it's neat, but, you know, it's the best one. Part 7. Now this is where Kane Hodder took over the role, and he's a big fan favorite. And though Part 6 is my favorite movie, Part 7 is my favorite Jason. And that's just because, I mean, he's pretty much like a walking zombie in this one. You can see his vertebrae sticking out. He's got like chains hanging over him and everything, and he's just torn apart, and he just looks like a walking dead guy. In the other ones, you could say he's just like this hulking beast, just, you know, on a killing spree. This one, he actually looks like he's dead. This one has a lot to do with telekinesis and stuff too. That's the main character, has that ability, so that's like a different turn on it, so that's pretty cool. The inside cover here, again, this one does not reverse the art. Let's see right there. Good shot though. I don't remember if I showed the back yet. There we go. So like I said, Kane Hodder took over the role for this one, so for the next 4 films. So this one, Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, but he also played Jason in the video game, which I just found out 30 seconds before hitting record, so that's pretty cool. Part 8, people like to, you know, mock this one, but this one personally is one of my favorites. This is one of my earliest memories of Jason movies. This isn't what introduced me to Jason. I always knew who Jason was, but this is the first movie I saw all the way through. And I think it was probably playing on like AMC or TNT or something when they used to have like those monster movie marathons and stuff on. So I caught this one. They used to play them like back to back to back, like part 5, 6, 7, 8, and I caught this one, and this one was like, it's so goofy. It's ridiculous, but it's just so fun to watch because it's just Jason on a killing spree, and that's basically all it is. And this one's, I guess, known as the this one's basically, we got like the slimy Jason in it, I guess. He's just wet like the whole movie. Like he just crawled out of a swamp like 3 seconds before they started shooting. And the scene where the main character keeps seeing visions of Jason like drowning in the water always freaked me out. That's, I think, what really sticks out to me from this movie, like why I remember it so well. Remember like the cruise ship or whatever they're on. Okay. And I mean, and just the scene of Jason kicking over the boombox is the best part in the whole series. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. This one I actually have not seen. But I'm going to now. Before this Blu-ray set, I did not have a whole big collection of Jason. I had some, but not all of them. And Final Friday, the unrated version and the theatrical version. This one does have reversible artwork. It's actually pretty cool. Basically the same thing, but I do know at the end of this movie is what set up Freddy vs. Jason, which took 10 years, I think, to make. What is this? If this is 93, yep, 93. Yeah, so it took 10 years for Freddy vs. Jason to come out after this, after the tease of it at the end of this movie. One of the complaints I was talking about before is in this movie, there's a scene where I think someone gets their wrist snapped or something, and the shot was cut out of this one, whether it be on accident or I don't know. But I guess Scream Factory is aware of the issue, and maybe they'll send out replacement discs or something. They did the same thing with Halloween 4 on the 15-disc Blu-ray set of that. Something was wrong with the audio was out of sync for a little while, and they sent out replacement discs for that. So maybe they'll do the same thing with this one. Jason X, this one I haven't seen either, and I've seen part 1 through 8. I've seen Freddy vs. Jason. I've seen the remake, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm missing one. What am I missing? Oh, nope, that's it. These two kind of slipped by me. But I got the Blu-ray now. Inside, I guess he's like in space or something in this one. Reversible artwork on this one as well. And this one, another issue people were talking about was, I guess there's, like I said, I haven't seen it, but I guess there's a sleeping bag scene where the victim is inside the sleeping bag and you can hear like muffled screaming, and I guess that audio is cut or missing, and it takes a true fan to really pick up on that one. Then we got Freddy vs. Jason, and this movie is incredible. I love this one. This one's so much fun. They have multiple fight scenes in it, and they just really need to do more like this, because this is what the fans really want. This disc here is a recycled disc from the older releases, and this one does have reversible art too. Looks like something they may have like handed out at the movie theaters or something. But I'd really like to see something like, you know, Freddy versus Michael, or Michael versus Leatherface, or Jason versus Michael, or something like that. But it's like, when it comes to all these different companies having the different rights to characters, the fans suffer. That's why I'm so surprised that the Halloween collection that came out by Scream Factory even happened, because you know, Michael Myers Halloween, that franchise is owned by multiple different studios, companies, and for them to come together and to make a big 15-disc Blu-ray box set, it was just amazing. What's not amazing is I didn't get a copy of it. So that's another big reason why I bought this box set. I think they made about 13,000 copies of it, that's what I heard, and I think with the Halloween collection they had it in production up to a certain date, and then there was a cutoff date where you couldn't get it anymore. This one's not necessarily a cutoff date, but it's more of like a finite amount of copies made. So if you want to grab your copy, I would grab your copy, or it's going to shoot up like crazy like price with the Halloween one too. Unless they just decide to print more. I don't know, just grab a copy. It's loaded with stuff. Okay, remake. This one came out in 2009, and I think this one's also just, I think it's just copied over from previous copies. Inside here, and this one also has reversible artwork. And then we got the bonus material disc. So let's see, we got disc 1 and disc 2, and behind it, it's not reversible, but it's just the shot of the girl in the boat. Return to Crystal Lake, the making of Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Chronicles, secrets galore behind the gore. Clever. And then of course we have the booklet, and this is kind of a highlight of it. Let's see if I can really show it off here. Okay, all my copies just fell to the floor. That sucks. Anyway. So, full color, 60-page booklet. Not sure how much you can see there based off of the lighting. But it looks really cool, and I can't wait to dive into this thing. So before this set came out, I had a very limited Friday the 13th collection. So I'm very happy with this, and I highly recommend it. It's filled to the brim with everything you'd ever need to know. They did come out with a Friday the 13th tin set. So everything in here, movies-wise, has been released before in the tin set. But this just has, you know, more. My collection consisted of the 4-movie collection released by Paramount, which had the 3D glasses included in part 3. The 3D version on the Blu-ray is more like a Blu-ray 3D, not like a 3D glasses, like this kind of thing. So if you have this, or if you have the tin Blu-ray set, hang on to it, because this Blu-ray is different. And then they did a part 5 through 8 as well. I don't have that one. I was going to get it, but I'm glad I didn't, because now I have the box set. But then after they put 5 through 8 out, then they had another Blu-ray set come out before the tin set, but the way they packaged it was poor, because it's just, the discs just slide in as opposed to having their own disc slot, and this disc gets scratched. So I stayed away from that one. Part 9, yeah, I own Part 9, but I haven't seen Part 9. Same with Part 10. Wait. I don't own Part 10 on DVD. I have the killer cut of the remake. Okay. Freddy vs. Jason, DVD copy, 2 discs, Freddy, Jason. I like to hang on to my previous releases, because sometimes whenever there are special features on it or something, sometimes it doesn't get carried over into the next set. So, and also just because I'm a collector. So if you're a fan of the franchise, definitely pick it up. It looks really nice on a shelf. It's not on my shelf yet, but it will. If you grab it and you still don't have your Jason fix, maybe pick up the NES game. It's awesome. I can't find the cartridge, but I have the manual. It's pretty neat. It plays the camp counselors trying to get away from Jason, and it is terrible. Happy Halloween!